Alrighty, Lagos, you are welcome back. If you just joined us, you are just in time. It's time for Grapevine 981 on Smooth 98.1. My name is Kayode Baker.
I'm Ayo Mairo Ese.
Good morning. And of course, you know what to do to be a part of our conversation. We'll let you in on how to reach out to us. But first, we have our amazing and wonderful analysts right here in the studio. We have at the Delphinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
How
Hi
you doing?
everyone. I'm good.
Delphine, okay, before we introduce our next analyst, it looks like you're going somewhere from here.
Yes, I
It's not
am.
every time
All
you come
glammed
here
up.
with
Makeup on.
is this shine, aka glitter, aka what's that thing? I've forgotten the name now.
Highlights.
Highlights. That's what's blinding my eyes. That's how I knew you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And of course, we have Chef Jeff in the studio.
Yes, good morning. I love you 3000. And yes, Delphine is looking like she's about to fly somewhere. I also want to congratulate myself because I just promoted myself to head of Smooth.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's a round of applause.
Yeah,
for
I
him.
just self-promoted myself. Thank you very much.
You do not
You're all
endorse
keeping your
this
jobs.
message. So Jeff, nice highlights too.
Oh, well, yeah, we try.
All right, so Lagos, to be part of our conversation, what you can do is reach out to us on social media where it's Smooth981FM, and you can use the hashtag Grapevine981. Also, send your messages into WhatsApp at 0809-444-0981. And we have tweeted the songs
Yes.
that we'll be sharing with you this morning. So please head on down to Twitter so you can get a glimpse of what we're talking about this morning.
We actually tweet a day before, so if you want to, you can, go get ahead of the other listeners. Search our Twitter page and listen so that you can get in and be one of the analysts as well when we're talking about the
Yeah,
songs
comment
on the
too.
day.
We read
Yes,
your comments.
we do.
Let's make it more interactive like back in the day.
Thank you, head of station.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the first song today is from this person called Ida Hams. It's called Amayambo. Did I get that?
I think it's Amayanabo.
Amanayab. Okay.
Amayanabo.
See, I still can't get it. Let's get into it.
I knew you'd come here and come and hold the. Jeff cannot be on the line.
We're talking about the video, right?
Yeah. Now let's go back.
No, let's sing.
All right, Amayanabo. That's what he said. That's Idahams there. Idahams has released his new project. I think he just recently released a new his EP, and it was quite interesting. Amayanabo is translated from Ijaw language to mean king. I'm really excited that we have another. I'm glad to hear another language apart from Yoruba and Igbo. I think that's nice. But let's hear your comments, guys. What do you think? Video and song.
Well, I've heard this before, basically.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about this. Typical Pangolo music, people dancing in the video. Nothing that we haven't seen, honestly speaking. So
I mean, when this was playing at first, I was like, ugh. But I was like, okay, let's be objective. Let's watch the whole thing here. And I thought to myself, you know what? I feel like if the video kind of makes the song a whole lot better, to be honest. I love the choreography that goes into it. I love that there are some new moves that are on display there. If you ever want to make anything trending, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, go pick from that video, I would say. But it to me, the video was something that if I saw playing on mute, I would want to know, wow, this looks nice. Okay, what song is this that's playing here? And then I play it, and then I probably go back to mute. But I finish. I would finish watching the video because I think that they managed to make places that don't look we know they're not interesting, but they make it look very, very nice.
Yeah.
And the dancing, I have to say, really, really makes the song. I think the choreography and again, yes, when you see that it's another tribal language that you don't really hear much music of it in the public space like this, that's a very good thing to have. So I'm not trying to be discouraging. It's a good effort, but it's on that Pangolo vibe kind of thing. So I'm pangoloed out.
How about you? What do you think?
Okay, so I felt it was a good song, just dance, I wanted to use the word bedu, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because I speak English. I'm joking, before people come for me that I'm Nigerian. But yeah, it's a song, feel good song. You want to dance along to it. I love the infusion of the Rivers language. He's Ijaw. So when you read, I love reading the YouTube comments to get a feel of what people are thinking about the song, and a lot of his various people came out to say, oh, thank you so much for repping Bonny Town. Thank you so much, the Ijaw language. And I thought it was really fantastic. I like the cultural touch. That was also something as well. That's the cultural outfit. This song doesn't really have direction because the music doesn't really have direction like that, because it's not like you're talking about love or something. It's just talking about enjoyment, being the king. It's good to know that he made the merging of the Ijaw and Yoruba language. So it was quite similar. I really like that. So usually you would see Yoruba and English being intertwined, but this one was Ijaw and Yoruba, and it worked really well. I thought it was good.
I feel like, if this was playing after a couple of things in the glass, then I can be good with this. But
this would be a good wedding song as well. Let's not lie, because let me tell you.
I get traditional wedding.
I
get it.
Traditional wedding reception. Do you know the part where the after party, where people are just dancing to anything and just excited?
Okay, yeah.
At that time, there's so much joy in the air. People are eating and drinking. So anything, I think that's how this song is going to play out. So it's a happy song.
Alrighty, Lagos, let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think about the song, if you've heard it and you've seen the video. I thought it sounded a bit like a techno type vibe, And I like the video. There was a lot of track and dolly in it, but it's decent. It's easy on the eyes, so I'm not going to hammer the video today.
I was waiting for a comment like
But let's listen to our second song, and this one's called Simmer. It features Burna Boy, and you know what? Let me just leave the comments. When we get into it, we'll get into it.
Okay. I love this song.
Yep.
Oh, YouTube. Sorry, I forgot. Great. In fact, I didn't even know it had Burna Boy until it got to his part. Sounds like Foreign Type Jam.
Baby, talk to me with some action. We can find a place for your passion. Cool down, simmer. Cool down, please. Me cool down, simmer. Cool down, love.
Okay, so the song is called Simmer, and the artist is Mahalia. She features Burna Boy on this one. And Delphine, what are your thoughts about this?
Ooh, a vibe and a half. Like, you have to bop to this. Like, you can't hear this on the radio and not move, except there's something wrong with your body. Like, I'm so proud of this young lady. She's just 21 years old, and she's putting out music back to back to back. And then Burna jumping on this is pretty cool. He's gotten this whole international acts thing on lock, and I'm loving that. And also I love the Beanie Man sample, guys. This is so cool. She's 21. How does she even know who Beanie Man is? Like, do you get? If that was all her, well done to her. I think it's an amazing song.
I mean, before I had the coffee, if not for the fact that I hadn't had my coffee yet, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go grab Delphine, hop on the table, and let's just dance right now, kind of thing. She's an English actress and singer, and this is just amazing stuff over here. Burna is continue to show us that crossover appeal that he's been able to lock down and say like, hey, I'm Nigerian, but this is what I can do at the same time, which I feel that there's a lot of lacking people that we have in the market that don't understand how to cross over in that respect. The song is simply really amazing. Like, you can't really stay still. I'm just keeping myself reserved. I would have dedicated a whole minute of this show to that song. Yeah. Seriously. And when Delphine's looking as fly as this right now, it's like, yo, like, let's dance now. Okay. So if you're walking past me in the club with your girl, she's with me for that while the song is playing. Just believe that's all I'm gonna say.
It's a jam that you can jam in a club, at a house party, in your car, anywhere. I think it's brilliant, and I can't wait to see the video because it will just add more color to the song. And given that Burna was on it, like you mentioned, it has that international cross type appeal.
Yeah.
It's because of the quality music.
Basically.
All right, so can I talk, because I want to really get to Chef Jeff. So in this room there are two women. Why is it Delphine?
because exactly.
No, it doesn't matter. You have just saw you.
Oh wow, she just said it doesn't matter. Okay, all right, okay, all right. I'm the head of Smooth now, so it's
yes, you are the head. I'm available for dances.
All right.
Well, not no surprises why she got a major record label at or signed to a major record label at 13. Obviously, you can see the reason why. I think she's such a fantastic singer. She sings really well. I love the bashment reggae type. It's been a while I've heard bashment. We don't do bashment as much as we did in the 2000s. When we had it was always
it was okay to say
quite
90s
popular.
too if you want to say
I'm generation Z, what do you mean? So, and I think this is proof that you can make a good song, good beat, and the lyrics make sense. The song lyrics make sense. It's not just a few good songs. She has a great voice. And I'm glad that Burna Boy jumped on. Well, I don't know if he jumped on it or she invited him to do that.
Either way.
Either way.
Magic.
Yeah.
You know
But
what? I want to hear her do something with Elamia. That would be epic.
Yes,
That would be
totally.
epic.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like a remix, and
The
even have
match.
Burner that's still there. I mean, yeah.
But people say Burner's part was too short. That is, you're saying the fact that you were waiting for.
It's
him
not
to
his song. Come on now.
You
Come
want
on
him to outshine
now.
her.
It's not his song.
Well, I think it was a perfect mix.
Yeah.
The time was just enough. It was just good enough, and she didn't need him.
Yeah.
When I say she didn't need him, I mean she could. The song is good enough.
Alone,
in her own
yeah.
right.
on its own.
I mean, it's not like Whiskey on Drake and just turn up. You know.
You had to go there.
Like,
Lagos, let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll do some more talking. We expect to see those messages come in. That's 0809-444-0981. And also you can, live stream on YouTube as well. It's youtube.com/smooth981.
And let's not forget Twitter,
Yes,
because our station head will have our
Yes.
next.
Station head
Twitter,
Jeff.
Yes, at Smooth981 FM. We'll be taking more comments from there. Use the hashtag freshlypressed981.
I'm just glad that when Mr. Uche is listening to
So who is the station head you have now?
Since everybody's giving themselves, positions and titles in Nigeria, I'll just go on. In fact, why should I aim
God
for?
bless him, Mr. Uche hasn't seen that story.
Sorry.
Why should I just reduce myself to station head? I want Mr. Fashion's job. He was there. Oh wow. I don't want anybody's job. I'm happy with
He
being
said
a
after me, where's my
broadcaster.
office? I said, do you want to stay downstairs or upstairs? So which one do you want? Mr. Fast stays upstairs. Stay upstairs. That's
So
what
Mr.
I
Fash
like.
is upstairs.
Yes.
Where upstairs?
Just right there.
That's where.
No, correction. He used to stay there. I now
Yeah.
stay there. That's my
Oh,
office.
Mr. Fast, I'm not there.
I have self-promoted myself.
like that comptroller guy.
Yes, now just walking.
What was he thinking? I don't get.
So it's
Like,
between a mental disorder or a conspiracy.
it has to be
Yeah, people are thinking
something.
it's a conspiracy that they
Yeah.
probably told him to go and take over, and of course, due process wasn't followed.
Yeah.
So they just tried to hide it. Why would you
Yeah,
just
but the
wake
guy
up?
was
on
a
Doesn't
low
make
rank.
sense.
This thing,
Well,
not
that's
a big guy.
But he's okay. Let me not say what I want to say. Let me not say what I want to say.
He's a funny guy.
Because how can you wake up one morning? Didn't his wife notice that he wasn't feeling fine?
Oh gosh.
You get more. Okay, so we'll start off with LD
Delphine, say hi to your fans on YouTube, please. Because they're watching and
Hi, YouTube fan.
Chef Jeff. Can they see your face properly? Let me see. No, your mic is blocking your mic. Okay, do you want to move a little
Yes,
bit
just a little
towards
bit closer.
Delphine? Yeah, now they can see your face. Yeah, they can see your face. Thank you. See, we do it for you people.
Yeah,
the
but
real,
it's
you're
your
the real
job.
head of station.
I'm sorry. She did not self-promote herself. I did.
No, I mean the people on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, already.
Ooh, I love Eva.
Alrighty, if you just joined us, you haven't missed too much, but you have missed quite a bit though. This is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1, and of course we have Abby Delphine Ese in the studio. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
And Chef Jeff 3000.
I love you 3000.
Okay, so like we mentioned, you know what to do to be a part of the conversation. Let's jump into some of the stories we have here this morning. So LD explains why he left music. He's talked about the fact that he wanted to be close to his family, and he talked about this in an interview which was published 2 days ago. on Punch newspaper. Basically, he talked about the fact that he made a conscious decision not to be an active musician in 2012, and the fact that the business side wasn't just making any sense anymore. What are your thoughts about this?
The truth is that it's known that if you want to make money in this business, you have to be going on tour, which is a lot of stress. Otherwise, you're being paid by cents or kobo or whatever. And the Nigerian music industry hasn't really aligned itself very well for those royalty checks kind of thing. So everybody has to find a way, something on the side, or be like, listen, this is not really working. We had Waje breakdown before. We've had people like us, Sasha P, who've been long in the game, doing a fashion line. And so this is not new. This is somebody that's saying, let me be real about things. I need to know that I need to start making some money. I need to be doing better than this. And then he goes on. And of course, IT consultant in the US, I mean, come on. I mean, he's making money. I mean, I don't know, even if it's not a lot of money, once you convert to Naira, it's cash, isn't it? So he's got his prices in check. Like, listen, I got a family to take care of. And you know what? He's a part of history because no matter what the case may be, you can't take away what he's contributed to the music industry here. We know what he was capable of back in the day. If he wanted to, he could pop in and whatnot and do whatever. But this is a person who's got his priorities straight, and I think it's very commendable about it.
But then again, you remember that there was a time he started this label, Tribe Records, had Aramide.
Yeah.
No, not that was.
Oh, that was
That was way before.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Tribe Records that had the singer Aramide and also Ivalodia. Then there was an app that was supposed to play data app. So I don't know.
I remember that one.
Music seemed like it worked for him. It seemed
It's
like it
not
made sense.
always. Sometimes you lose relevance. Sometimes also it's just that the money is just not making sense. All right, that's the honest truth. Sometimes you can be riding the wave like you're a Wizkid or you're a Burna Boy. They want to throw money at you because you're going to be a money maker or whatever. But at some point in time, you're like, listen, this money is not like it's not. Maybe your bargaining power is being overshadowed or something like that. So be real about things and seek something else. I mean, and people in Nigeria like Shaila will tell you that if you're focusing on one source of income, you're on your own.
How about you, Delphine? What do you think?
I think he was honest. Really, he said it didn't look sustainable, and he had to go for what looked sustainable. He had to think about his family as well. So his priorities are right, like Chef Jeff said. So I really don't fault him. The only thing that I find rather strange or would have been better was if he had come out with this statement
Long ago.
I mean, he
Okay.
had all these artists that were depending on him, and it just looks like he went poof on them, So that sort of, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of, I think rather than the fact that he dived into so many options,
Other ventures.
ventures, was sign that it wasn't quite working for him. So the whole Tribe Records and then going to Play Data and all that, meant that he was trying, and I like the fact, I respect his hustle. He was trying really hard to make some money in the music industry. Even after he had moved to America to become an IT consultant, he still came back and still tried to use technology for music, hence the Play Data. But unfortunately, I think it was Chef Jeff that mentioned it. Music is not friendly. Forget all these Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido are not the reality of many music. There's so many other musicians who are trying so hard and haven't made it. So let's not be deceived and see them flying in private jets and thinking, if I want to be a musician because I'll be like, P Square. Even P Square, after they split, they haven't yet been able to get back fully. You understand? So it's quite difficult. I respect the fact that he recognized it early. He's a married man. He has children. My brother.
But my challenge is that why did you have to take on 4 artists? Because there's K9, Aramide, Eva, and they all look like they had potentials. In fact, they still all have potentials. The only one of those artists that I think is really doing well now is Aramide. Eva, every now and then we see her YouTube videos. K9, we don't hear anything about him. Soj, we don't hear anything about him. So, I mean, a lot of people, like you mentioned, have depended on him. And then for you to just go AWOL in the
It
middle
just
of
wasn't
everything.
working. It just wasn't working. You have to try.
So why didn't he just put out a statement then?
Exactly,
Fair point.
Because
Maybe
if you
he
ask the
explained to
artist,
them
they'll tell you,
in private
that label,
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll never say anything
They
tangible.
would yeah, exactly. Anyways, Lagos, like we mentioned, let us know your thoughts. This one here coming in from Toye.
So Tanya says, good morning everyone, great always. Small correction, the original sample on Mahalia song is actually not Beanie Man, Sim Simmer. It's Jeremy Hardin's Playground Rhythm. Excellent use of said sample though for a banging club joint. Yeah, I think it's because it was Beanie Man that made it popular.
Yeah,
So the original,
that's the one I know.
Yeah, that's the original version. Then Yemi says, have you done Yemi's one? Oh, he says Delphine is wicked. Angolo music, just club beats, no music. They even mix the sound ahead of the voice. They said, please, are your wedding song call? Which kind of dry wedding? So who is wicked? Yeah, maybe Timmy and
All right, let's talk about Naira Marley. He seems to be trouble seems to follow him everywhere he goes to, you know. And the police they cancelled his show in Dublin due to gang violence. So they said that it said here that some young men in the crowd were, some weapons were seized from them, and the police came in and drove people away. They had to shut down the concert, and it just goes back and forth and forth and back. And you'd expect someone like Naira Marley, who's been able to, at least arguably get his head screwed on properly, to do things appropriately. Now, what do you think?
You know what? I'm kind of like really tired of talking about this guy because I really want to have a positive story with him, but I also don't want to talk about it every week. And the thing is that we actually don't know what really happened here. I mean, if it was a situation, because the UK does have a problem with gang violence, all right? Ireland, sorry, also has a problem with that's not on par with London these days, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, what if this had nothing to do with him? It just happened at the place that was going on. Anything that we're doing right now is just speculating. So I won't really pay much attention to this particular topic until we know more.
But it does look like trouble really is following this guy. Like, why always you? Are you the only one? What is going on?
No. It was the Irish. It was the Irish Yahoo boys basically that came to support.
Why are they?
That's what it was.
Why did you? How did you know that they were okay? Me, I was even wondering how he traveled abroad.
He's a citizen, I think.
Doesn't he still have a case to answer in Nigeria?
Of England, I think.
Oh, okay. But is he allowed to travel? Permit me to sound ignorant, but what were his bail conditions? Because he still has a case to answer. And the truth is that that's such an easy way to not come back. If you have a case to answer and you're a citizen of Ireland and you go there, what will make me come back? So I'm surprised that he's actually, well, maybe, the bail conditions didn't include that he couldn't travel outside. But again, like you said, he's such an infamous celebrity. He's trending for the wrong reasons. He's trending, yes.
I hope his music is trending too, because it
Well,
doesn't look
name
like
one Naira Marley song.
Actually,
I know a few actually.
Crickets.
Name one.
Wait, was that by him? No.
Come on, everybody knows Jackpot, but that's
I don't know
that's the
Jack.
one
Please
that.
don't speak for
even know what that
everybody. Me, I'm not. I don't know Jackpot. Please. I don't know.
Anyways, okay, so let's talk about this story. We've talked about this, quite extensively last week. Social media went crazy about this, and it's about Busola Dakolo. She's reportedly filed a complaint against Koza's pastor, that's Biodun Fatoyimbo. But another thing that caught my attention here is that Kiss Daniels also threatened lawsuits over claims that he supports Fatoyimbo, and he's threatening anyone basically spreading the gist that he's in support of the Koza pastor.
everybody wants to clear their name. Yes.
Staying away from rape. So, what do you think?
I mean, well, was there a snapshot of his statement supporting this guy or whatever? But, to be fair, it can be damaging if, say, you are trying to distance yourself from something that you're not a part of and people are saying that you were a part of it, and then it goes into one media blogger or something and then it spreads out. Because we've had a few cases of that. False stories are just spreading themselves around. And so I get where he's coming from an annoyance perspective. But, I mean, like, the legal standpoint, he does have a right if he wanted to, but that's like just
So
over the top.
Would he sue everyone on
Doesn't
Twitter that
make
comes for
sense.
him?
Not on Twitter, but I mean, like if you have
a big platform. or
yeah,
something.
exactly. Like you're a blogger or you put something in the newspaper or whatever, then that's where things come into play. But other than that, I just feel like, you know what, dude, just chill out. It's like
And focus on your
it's,
music.
it's not that deep.
No, I think another thing is because the person that at I am NP or something like that, I think they've had issues in the past because the way he kept saying, "Oh, if you see me run away from me," it goes beyond the Koza issue because I'm like you mentioned, it's not such a big deal. Just clear your name and say, actually, I didn't do it. But like you said, that when you're trying to promote, he's on tour at the moment, and you're trying to do something, and this is something that will look at what happened to Wale. Jana, he had to retract his statement.
Yeah.
A lot of people came for him. So Kiss is still trying to recover from the whole label debacle, trying to get his feedback, make some good music, trend again, and then you now want to post Ansan in his Gary. No. And so he also attacked the news media, which again talks about the responsibility of certain news media or news platforms whereby they don't verify stories, they just run with it because it would make a good headline. It's a clickbait, so it's good for us. And he said he will sue anyone that says it again. But
Just don't share the bus with him, or before we have another punching the story. I beg.
Before we go on a break, though, this message comes in from MI from Akoka. He says, LD the Don has paid his dues. He surely deserves some accolades. His place in history is secured. He's in the same WhatsApp group with John the Baptist because
Really?
he paved the way for these young cats.
Foreigner.
Okay.
Marley,
wow.
though, Trouble really has his IP address. On that note,
Nice.
Lagos, let's go on a quick break. All right, do you want to take the Maria story?
Eh?
You want to take the
Maria
Maria story?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, it's not me. You take that story. Let me, no.
Which story?
That story is somehow. Maria and Olamide.
Who is
I have
this
so many
friend
things
that
to
is
say about.
giving the gist?
No,
No,
you-
obviously was.
the reason why I want you to take it is so I can go in from my perspective.
Me
I don't want to
too,
really.
I'm
Okay.
You guys
All
will
right.
let me know that.
I'm not understanding.
No, let me tell you. So the reason why the friend had to come out, who was probably on Maria's side, was that there were a lot of false stories in quotes, rumors
Yeah.
going around, particularly the 2 million naira.
Yeah, so that
To me, I think 2 million is too small for somebody.
Exactly.
I'm like, what's 2 million
Yeah,
naira
leave
in
it
the
a joke
grand
and
thing?
all that.
makes sense.
So that she tried to, but the small-minded people who are saying it. So she wanted to clear her name. So the friend now came out as anonymous. Let me clear the air. Of course, it was Maria's person that was coming out to try and say, you know what, we're in a loving, we're not together. She was honest about that, but that they're happy about the baby coming, and she didn't collect any 2 million naira. Why are people like this? Why would you collect? It doesn't sound to me like I think
2 million
Maria
naira
is
does
a lot
sound shady,
more
actually.
than 2 million. If you say like 10M or 15 or 20, okay.
But let's look at it from this angle. All that poshness and all this.
As in,
Yes, that's the angle that me I saw it from. Like,
all that
I was like,
poshness.
she's
I
like,
was like, what?
I couldn't believe it.
like how?
You know
What's
what?
the connection?
I saw her baby announcement before I saw
Before-
that. who her
me
father
too.
Was. So I was like, in fact, my first shock was, oh, everybody's getting pregnant
Yeah.
now. And because she was so heavy. And I know Maria, like I don't know her personally, but in terms of how her brand
Yeah.
is meant to be this.
Oh,
It can't be.
Is that another Olamide?
that was my thoughts as well.
Please,
Like how?
can we bring the same energy back into the
I was
story?
like, huh? What are we talking about here? She should just go and she should leave her English accent at the airport. I couldn't forget. Someone was like, I couldn't forget it. No matter how much money he has, I'm sorry.
Just
What kind of conversations do they have? I just want to understand.
Maybe they smoke together, and then after that, this conversation will
How
take
how's
flight from
London,
there.
yo? Oh, the Queen is good. I don't.
You know what? I don't think has actually has evolved.
I can't even imagine her dancing to.
Well, you don't know
oh yeah,
how
well,
Olamide
exactly. We only
It's
know
probably one of
his
those smart guys
music
that
brand.
Yeah, rich mad guy.
No, he
Yeah,
actually
don't
might be
know.
well spoken.
Brimo would have been a better because Brimo released
No, Brimo
songs
doesn't
that
have
are-
swag. Brimo doesn't have swag.
No, you can't compare.
No, I'm saying you want to talk about intelligent.
Yeah, I'm not talking about swag. I'm talking about swag now.
And so maybe she has
Bado.
something that she gets.
You said, "Why do good girls?"
Yeah, you said that's my thing.
Yes,
Like, I cannot even imagine.
They were creeping. They were creeping.
Hey, I don't understand though. If you say this and they'll come and insult us, like, what do you mean? Olamide is now you sabi. You people will not.
Alrighty, Lagos, you're welcome back. If you just joined us, you're just in time because we're about to talk about something very juicy, very interesting, and I don't even know where to start. But you know what? To be a part of our conversation, you can join us on YouTube as well. We're streaming live to catch the inside gist of all that we're talking about. So, Lagos, brace yourselves. I want to talk about the untold story of Olamide and Maria Okon. Yeah, their relationship as ex-lovers, and also the baby in the mix, right? Okay, so news broke out on social media that Maria is having a baby for Olamide. And there was a story about some 2 million naira. There was a story about, we've all heard the story. There was a story about how she resigned her job and then moved back to London, back and forth, and how she's talked about how Olamide said he was with this baby. He wasn't with his baby mama before they hooked up, and then he's back with his baby mama. Okay, so there's a lot of drama in this mix. So I want you guys to talk about it. Chef Jev, let's.
You know what? I feel like you guys have more of the gist than I do. But one thing I do know is, ladies, if already he has a baby mama, just like, just don't add yourself. I just think your life can be a bit more easier if you actually just don't add yourself. But she wanted the baddest, so yeah.
No, but I mean, her friend came out in the story that we have and said that, well, Olamide said that he wasn't with his baby mama at the time.
Mm-hmm. But in
And
actually,
that's why
he
they
was.
hooked up. And yeah, so in her defense, I mean, she didn't know that he was still in
But
a
we've heard
relationship.
this story before.
Many times.
Oh, I'm not with the baby mama anymore.
Mm.
But sometimes
Let me tell you the truth. A
women
woman-
fall hand.
No, yes, oftentimes, and please don't attack me for this. We usually know when the man is but you're hopeful that
Yeah.
ultimately he will then makes you his exclusive boo or exclusive bae. So usually we know that because you're a smart girl. You went to Goldsmith College. You are a university graduate. You studied English. So whatever you were speaking, you could possibly interpret it properly.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
no, I'm not. You guys.
Okay,
Ayo.
Delphine, I like that perspective. What do you think?
First of all, 2 million aside, baby mama aside, pregnancy aside, my first thoughts when I heard this story was, what is joining them? Like, Maria, Olamide, it's like, I don't know. I know you guys are all thinking it, but you're not just saying it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like worlds apart. Like, how did this even happen? Did they miss
The
at the
accents
radio
don't meet.
station? He said the accents don't meet.
No, do you know? I would really like us to chart their meeting. Like, let's say we're telling a story. So Olamide comes for an interview on the morning rush on the station. Sees Maria, says, fine girl. Whoa, I like
She
you.
said,
Oh my God. And then Maria is like, what do you mean? You like me? I'm trying to fake it.
oh gosh, you guys.
Oh my days.
Love knows no accent. Love knows no tribe. Love knows no race. Can you guys behave?
Let me ask you a question that was asked off air. I want to understand the kind of conversation that they have. So I'm just, it baffled a lot of people. Stop lying. You people that are judging us, that you're saying, you people are wicked. No, you thought about this too, because there must be something that attracted you to the other person.
Yeah.
So maybe Olamide is deep. Maybe he's she likes.
Maybe he's just different from all the other guys.
The thing is,
they said.
maybe he actually is well spoken, because like the music will not represent what he actually speaks like. I mean, like you think about, like, for instance, Wizkid or something like that, So he could be well spoken. Otherwise, you're thinking bus conductor talking to the Queen.
I don't think
of England.
Calamity is well spoken.
Chef,
Like
definitely.
that.
You just finished everybody here.
But then again, what if she doesn't care about that?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
possibly doesn't, right? She possibly doesn't, because I've noticed, actually, it's a Nigerian thing, sorry to say. A number of girls that I know that grew up abroad are a bit more open to dating people from a wider variety, rather than just saying, oh, he has to have this, he has to talk like this. They're more open because it's not, to them, it's not, that deep. But we are very, well, who's your father? What do you drive? Can you speak English? Their English is enough for both of you.
Yeah, I guess.
But I for the 2 million one, now let me face that one, because I thought that was Maria is not she's not new in the industry. She's not hungry. Let me put it that way. 2 million, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, if you're going to do what they accused her of doing, is ridiculous. It's almost negligent. So I would, that's where I would stand with her friend, that yes, it was probably an agreement. It didn't quite work out. Olamide found out, oh my goodness, it wasn't that deep. Why did you go all that way? And I hope he's taking responsibility for his actions. I hear some people saying that, because he didn't know about it, so he should not. That is rubbish.
Yeah.
That's rubbish.
You fathered that child. You have to take responsibility for the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, got a couple of messages here. This one here says from Bumi from Aja, says, "OMG, Ayo." I don't think she's ever heard you in this light like this.
No, I was just speaking.
And MI from Akoka says, "Delph, me too. How are they joined at the hip beats?"
Beats me.
Wait, it beats me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Justin EJ. Okay. More messages. Cruz comes in.
All right. So, coming from earlier on, Cruz says, "What does MI from Akoka read or listen to? His range of vocabulary and wordplay is smooth."
Right?
Yes, we always look forward to him.
Yeah.
He's the MI of Smooth FM. So, Chai, Maria can't fall hand sha to don't want. That's too deep.
And Big E has, wow, Quite the message here.
He says, anywhere Naira Marley goes, trouble follows. He's a bad influence in this present day generation. Only good song from him is a go. And oh, is that you?
Oh, that's
Oh.
him.
Is a
Oh,
Go.
Yeah,
I know
that's-
that
I know
song.
that song. And if
See?
you want to trend now, just shout Koza, or come out with articles on Timmy and White. Please just let them go to court, I beg. So that's talking about people saying, no, don't talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trending. Like you guessed right.
Well, Lagos, that's all we can take on the show today. It's about
Really?
it's time already. There are a few good stories we didn't plug in, but you know what?
Yeah, Mariah Carey's vocal power.
Yeah.
Bottle cap challenge.
No, but truthfully, was
Cameron
that
Boyce.
real?
Of
Or...
course not.
Yeah.
It can't be
Really?
real.
Which one is the
You
best
see,
one
I
I've
just
seen?
thought-
I actually,
What?
well, I mean, that whistle register is
No,
powerful.
but
Yes,
Well,
it is,
no.
but not that powerful.
You know
They
what?
found
I think
somewhere.
we should put a video on our Instagram page so that people can see what we're talking about.
Mm.
That's Mariah Carey's
Yeah. Bottle cap
bottle cap
challenge.
challenge. Very interesting. And it will be on Twitter actually. We'll post it on Twitter. So go on to Twitter at smooth981fm. Use the hashtag search for us, Grapevine981, so you can see what we're talking about. She literally sang a bottle top cover off its bottle, you know. So tell us if you think it's real, like Chef Jeff thinks, or if you think Photoshop, like
She said Photoshop.
Delphinator thinks.
All right, so plug out, guys.
Yo, people, it's the Delphinator here. Awesome time hanging out with you guys on the Grapevine. Catch you guys on the next one.
Yes, and it is me at Chef Jeff 3000 right here on the Grapevine. Find me on Twitter, find me on Instagram, and I will see you guys again next week right here on the show.
And we'll be back here for Lagos Talks 981. That's Aya and I.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you stay close to your radio. We've got something else that's just as juicy to share with you. All right.
Okay,
Help
so
them not come and insult me. That's my fellow colleague in the radio industry. You people.
Now I was just thinking
Ah,
about
yeah.
Message from YouTube.
No, we didn't take
No,
this
it's-
too much.
they-
William says, "Chai, Ayo shots fired."
I can see that. No, but that truth is that we don't like telling the truth.